In this video, I'm going to be breaking down why I'm going all in on giving information away for totally free and only charging for implementation by my brand new AI SaaS content tool. And the entire goal for this video is, of course, to show you why I'm doing it, but to also give you tons of industry insights so you can better understand how to position yourself if you sell any sort of info to really be able to combat the new AI revolution, so you can better understand what some of the info giants are doing, like Alex Hormozi and Iman, how they're combating it, and also positioning themselves in the market to give away information for totally free, and once again, only charging for implementation by using their SaaS tools. So let's get into this video right now. Okay, so I'm now on the Miro board to break it down. But before I tell you exactly why I'm going all in or giving information away for totally free, charging for implementation, the giants in our game are Iman, Alex, etc., and exactly why I think you should, let me take you on a little trip down memory lane and tell you exactly where I was a year ago. So let me just minimize this and let's get into it. So a year ago today, and I hope you think I've had a little bit of a glow up, but that's besides the point. So I was running an content agency, okay? And the content agency was called Fusion Media. And I grew it pretty high, to be honest, especially in any sort of agency terms. I was able to scale the agency to 50,000 per month. If you want to be more specific, it was like 47,000 a month, but we're just going to round it up, okay? And usually, typically around this time when someone hits, between like 25 to 50K in their agency, they're usually positioned with a few different paths they can take next. And that was exactly the same for me. And these were the typical paths. So firstly, start a coaching business. Let's face it, that's pretty much what every single person does. Or they continue scaling their agency. They're the most typical paths we find people doing. But the issue was, I wasn't really aligned to it. I've never really been too aligned to coaching, and I've never really particularly wanted to do it. I've always wanted a business where I'm able to fully remove myself. And yeah, you could argue when it comes to coaching, over time you can remove yourself, but it's not really a sellable business. I've always wanted something which I'm able to sell. And when it came to scaling my agency, I just didn't want to do it anymore. To be honest, I fell out of love. I've got tons of other videos breaking down why, but long story short, essentially every new client I signed, every 3 new clients I signed, 3 to 4, I had to go and hire someone. So my revenue increased, but my profit, not too much. And obviously that's not a business you want to run. So then I started thinking about doing something else, but what on earth could I do? So, I was asking all these questions what should I do? What should I do? And this is where I went down a rabbit hole, okay? And I actually got gifted this book. So the book is called The AI-Driven Leader. It's by this relatively small author. He's pretty big actually in the consulting world. His name's Geoff. Thankfully now, after reaching out to him from this book, I've now got his phone number. I always ask him for advice. And within this book, he was breaking down how all the different processes which are going to be replaced by AI, and how as a leader, the top dog within your business, how you can position yourself correctly for it. And he was showing how you can leverage things when it came to content, decision making, etc. And he made tons of predictions, because remember, this book probably at this point maybe written a year and a half ago today, so still relatively new, you could argue, in the AI world. And a lot of the stuff he wrote has recently come to fruition, such as AI totally being able to replace content, which we're totally seeing now. Why on earth would you hire a graphic designer when AI can literally make you beautiful graphics, thumbnails, etc.? It's now become a pretty obsolete job. And I'm in was in the content agency, so that's basically my agency dead. So I started reading that, and it really started ringing alarm bells for me. I was like, damn, okay, I need to pivot fast. So then I further started researching AI, finding out about tons of different businesses people are doing, how they're better using AI. Because I was using AI at that point, but not using it to its full capability. I was literally just using it to spell correct things for me. That's about it. So I started further researching it and seeing the best ways for myself to be able to implement it. And then after that, I then went down a rabbit hole when it came to software, specifically content softwares. So this is where I started looking at a bunch of people who are now my competitors, understanding what they're doing like really well, what they're not doing very well, so I could better see how on earth like I could make something out of this. So I started studying this really, really in depth. I've got quite like an obsessive personality, so I was obsessed. I was literally looking at it like 12 to 13 hours a day. That's how paranoid I was, because I knew I needed to pivot. I knew my content agency, like, yeah, of course, it's probably going to be fine for the next 2 to 3 years. But I knew like over time, the demand for it's just going to lessen and lessen as people can literally use AI, which is better, faster, cheaper. It's going to be harder to acquire clients. So why not get ahead of the curve now, while so many people are just, I'd like to say, kind of, ignorant to the fact that it's happening, and they're still in that vehicle, even though they know AI is going to probably replace content. It's going to be one of the first things it's going to replace. So obviously I started weighing up that, but I still slightly wanted to look into the potential info route, okay? But the thing is that, and I'm sure you've seen this yourself, especially if you're kind of like in this agency, business coaching world, you'll see in ads literally every 5 minutes of someone saying, if you're a business owner, if you're an agency owner and you're doing at least 10K per month, then I can help you. Stuff like that. And it's pretty much, my webcam just crashed out, but we're back. So like I was saying, a lot of people, not everyone, by the way, just, you see, just a few people are very identical to each other. And I really didn't want to go down that path. I knew for myself, to be able to make a legitimate impact, if I ever wanted to do an info business, I wanted to be operating on the big leagues. I wanted to do it once I have a few hundred million, made a few hundred million, because then I'm like, completely differently positioned myself. I'm not just competing against a bunch of people who've hit 50K in their agency. I'm with the top dogs, and that's what I wanted, okay? And another thing is, over time, information, as you see, is becoming a lot more commoditized. The reason behind this, the information is abundant nowadays. People are releasing more books than ever. We have AI. All the AI tools have now released deep. Some are called deep search, some are called deep research, so you can really dig deep into a topic. So a lot of the times it just wasn't needed. You no longer needed to pay to access information. I still strongly believe, by the way, in paying for a mentor, if you're doing one-to-one calls, but I no longer think just paying for information is the way forwards. And you're going to be seeing that a lot more, especially when it comes to paying information, but having no guidance or being able to use something to implement that information, which is, of course, the main premise of this. So I really didn't want to go down this. And it's actually interesting. In prep for this video, I actually asked ChatGPT this. Do you think the info market will last? Like I'm saying, I don't think it's going to go away. I just think over time you're going to see a huge difference between a very small minority of info business owners really crushing it because they've mastered the ability to give information away for free and charge for the implementation, compared to people who are still stuck in the 2016, 2017 ways of literally sounding like ebooks. Like, why on earth would I pay for an ebook when you've probably ChatGPT there and I can get ChatGPT to do the exact same thing? So that's basically what it's saying. So I want to make this very clear. I don't think info will go away. I just decided not to go with it because I don't believe it's for me. And I believe how people are going to sell it and actually make a nice profit of it is going to completely change. Okay, so then after this, I took a look back at my options, and then I decided to build the world's first all-in-one AI content tool, which brings us to Fusion AI. I'm very briefly going to cover it because I have so many other videos really breaking it down. But essentially what it is, when I was looking up here, I was looking at all my competitors when it came to content softwares, and they were all selling separate entities. Some people were just selling video. It's horrible trying to write with the pen. Some people were selling video editors. Some people were selling like script writers, competitor analysis. But the main issue is that people still had to pay for multiple subscriptions, which is of course pretty expensive and timely because you're constantly like switching between things, and it's not like centralized in one system where it all communicates with each other. So that's what I solved. Okay, So Fusion AI is the world's first. And basically what it has in it is it has an AI editor, AI scriptwriter, competitor analysis, content performance. It has so many things centralized in one section. And the main problems it solves is it centralizes everything. It saves you time, saves you a lot of money. Because for my agency, because of the amount of people, we had to have working for us because it's a very brick and mortar business. I had to charge, I'm not going to say very high ticket because everyone's perception of very high ticket is going to be different. So I'm going to just say high ticket. We would charge between 1,500 to around, the highest I ever charged was, I think, like 3K a month. So, a decent amount, and it definitely limited the amount of people we could serve. And of course, it comes with tons of other benefits of being able to use it. It removes the need of you having to have a large team. Wait for videos to be done because everything's gonna be doing it for you. Having to have a script writer. We hired a lot of script writers, but from all our customer feedback, unless they just weren't very good, a lot of people prefer to kind of have being able to write their own script just powered by AI because they still have the flexibility to really be able to edit things themselves. So here's kind of just a preview of our waitlist page because we're yet to launch yet. So as you can see, we have our smart editor, script engine, competitor hub, and much more. So now I've kind of given you a backstory of how I went from running a content agency to about to launch the world's first all-in-one AI content tool. You're probably like, Joseph, it just seems that you just want to talk about yourself. What's happening? Where does what you're talking about, the whole premise of this video coming in, why you're selling it, why you're giving away information for totally free and only charging for implementation. So thank you for waiting around because we're now on this. So let's look at the two top dogs within the info game. We have Mr. Hormozi and Iman Gadzi. Okay, what have they recently acquired? Iman more recently, I think. Hormozi's maybe like a year ago at this point. He acquired School. Okay, and what has he just acquired? He has acquired Whoop or Whop. I don't know how to say it. And look what they're doing in every single thing they do. And let's start with Alex Hormozi. You've probably heard of it. The school games. What is the school games? The school games allows you, as a business owner, to use his software to sell your information. Okay? And what's he doing to enable you to get the best possible results? On the school games, he's given you totally free training. And he's given you training, which he's probably... Oh, this is me taking a guesstimate, so I may be wrong, I may be right. He's probably paid hundreds of thousands for within his career, and he's given that away to you for totally free. And he's shown you how to do it, and then given you the solution to be able to profit from it. So he's shown you how to successfully sell something online, giving you the solution, which is School, and then showing you how to successfully sell it, okay? And it's the exact same with Iman. As you can see, I think he's literally only bought Whoop. Not bought, he's only well, I say only, still very impressive, a co-owner. And look at the videos he's making, how to make 100,000 per month with Whoop. And I guarantee you, the type of, I haven't watched these, by the way, this is once again a guesstimate. The type of information he gives away in this is going to be incredible, because the thing is that back when he was just selling information, he wanted to keep his information some sort of scarce because he wanted to provide, the real stuff within behind a paywall. But now, because he's not charging for the implementation, he's not charging for the info, he's just charging for the implementation. He's going to be giving it away all for free because he wants people to be successful on the platform, because that's where he's going to make the most money. So as you can see right here, everything he's doing right now is just targeted towards Whoop. Laziest ways to make money online: £100 a day, $100 a day. How to make $100,000 a month, step-by-step training. And he's going to be pumping this out. And then both of these, as you can see, is going to be the tool which they are making money from. Because what you need to understand is that a lot of the times when it comes to this, I can still ask ChatGPT questions, and it's going to about how to, best sell a product, how to best do this, and it's still going to give it to me. Okay, but it's obviously going to be a lot quicker if I watch these videos, and it's going to be for free. And then they're just driving me into this funnel where I can implement it. So that's exactly what they are doing. They are charging, they are giving everything they know for totally free. And this is going to be really, really good information because once again, they can give it away for free. They don't need to be behind a paywall where you can access real gems. And then they are just charging you to implement this info. And we're going to be seeing it with so many more people within the future because this is going to be the way forwards when it comes to info. So how am I positioning myself for it? Right now, when it comes to content, people are still releasing content courses, okay? You see a bunch of content courses everywhere. But once again, information is going to become scarce. More and more people are going to be giving away this information. Well, not giving away, charging for this information, which is of course going to make a lot more competition for you. And by the way, I have nothing against competition. I think it's a great thing, but it's just going to make it harder and harder. So what I'm trying to provide people the opportunity with is to give information away for free and then use Fusion AI as the tool for people to be able to implement it. So here's some screenshots I took of it recently. So here's our AI script writer, really, really cool. So literally you can select any competitive video. You can use the script and structure of their videos for your own. You can summarize them. We have like knowledge bases, brand voices. It's literally the best script writer in the world. Competitor analysis, where you can like analyze any YouTube competitor you want. Video editor, where you can quickly add captions. You can add like B-roll effects. You can add so much. And once again, the best tools on the market, all centralized into one place. So imagine you having a content offer. You're teaching people how to do this. You're showing people how to correct the script using frameworks, how to prompt AI, and you're giving it away for totally free. And then you're giving the implementation as Fusion AI. That is what I'm trying to achieve with it. So giving away information for totally free, and then for the implementation into Fusion AI. And the way in which I'm going to be doing this is going to be with affiliates. So we have a really generous affiliate offer. I'll get to that in a second. Next, partnerships, for like some more of the top dogs, we're probably going to have to pay for them to promote it for us. But I'm fine with that. And then, of course, organic content. But that's more of like a long-term play because I don't expect it to pop off straight away. But it will over time. Like Whoop's now been around for 4 years and their organic content's only just popping off. It is a long-term game when it comes to this. Okay, so as you can see, I've broken it down. And I want to provide an opportunity for you, especially if you create any sort of content and any sort of your offer consists of content. I want to make this a win-win for both of us, okay? I would love for you to be able to help me promote Fusion AI, okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to be able to firstly access Fusion AI for free because I want to make sure any person who, promotes it is actually fully aligned with it and they think they're good. If you love it, I want to give you 45% base passive commission every single month for every single user you sign up, okay? So as you can see, it really compounds. The four pricing models we currently have is per month, it's $49 a month, $99 a month. And then for our annual, I can't remember off the top of my head, I think it's like $399 and then $700. So, you can make a lot of money on it and that's just passive coming in every single month, okay? And like I said, I would love you to be able to help me with this. With your information, if you sell any sort of information, you can get ahead of the curve right now and start just giving away the info for free and then just charging for the implementation, okay? And to show you my long-term vision and how like fully aligned with this I am and how I know this is going to be the future. And, it could be a very good positive for you and a very amazing opportunity. My long-term vision, I want to white label Fusion AI. So if you sell any sort of offer, which includes any sort of you teaching people how to do content, you can white label Fusion AI. So, you can change all of this to like all your brand colors, etc. Add your logo, kind of like go high level. So then you can start giving away everything you know about content for free, teaching people how to use all these tools, how to make the most money from content, and then once again, just charging for the implementation. So this is really my run through of the video, and then you can just charge for it. And right now so as you can see, we've set up the landing page for people to apply, but because we haven't yet launched Fusion AI, we're still making our final changes actually to the affiliate tracker. We're using First Promoter. We haven't built our own just because First Promoter is like the best on the market to track affiliates and ensure you actually get paid correctly. But if you're interested in this at all, please feel free to message me, and we can see if we're a good fit. Because starting out at the moment, we are going to be we're not going to be picky, but you have to be uploading some sort of content already, and you have to align with our message when it comes to promoting Fusion AI to scale it. And as you get more customers, etc., we're also going to be offering so many benefits. Like, we want to really reward our affiliates by even going up to like 60% passive commission each month when you crush it, which I know you will. So if you're interested in this tool, just DM me, and I get back to you and I tell you all about it. But this is really my estimation on what we're going to see over the next few years. And we're just going to see more and more people like Alex, Iman, etc., myself, really understanding that giving information away for totally free and then just charging for the implementation is the way forwards. And I want to make this easy for anyone, instead of you having to spend hundreds of thousands like I did to go and make a tool. You can literally just white label Fusion AI and then crush it using Fusion AI if you sell any content tool. And obviously if you sell like a product, etc., you could do like Whoop, etc. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. It'd be really interesting to hear your thoughts actually below in the comments if you agree with what I've broken down. And please make sure to subscribe, because I'm really on my YouTube grind at the moment, documenting building Fusion AI, but also providing like these value-based videos. So thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you.